Hi, kings and queens. It is 2:14 in the morning,
Hmm.
and I can't sleep because I'm at work and I'm excited. Don't you love it? Isn't it gorgeous? And my mom is here. There's this topic that I don't know. Today's topic is closed doors.
Mhm.
Because I was listening to one of my readings and she was just talking about like stepping into your power and people acknowledging your strength and kind of like giving you your flowers type of vibe. And it's like they didn't want to support you, but now they have to support you because you created a lane for yourself, so they have no way to deny you, basically.
Mm.
Yeah. And it got me thinking, like, I am so happy. I've been thinking it for a while anyway. But as disappointing and emotionally draining as it has been, I'm so happy that God closed the doors that He closed in my life because otherwise I wouldn't be where I am. And I'm really happy because they are things that I've always wanted, but I guess because I was so comfortable, I wouldn't have made the steps necessary that I needed to take to get there on my own. So God had to intervene and kind of be like, all right, left,
Mm.
turn left, left. And each knock was somebody leaving. Each knock was disappointment. Each knock was the things that I didn't want that I needed. So after a while of being sad and disappointed and questioning why and not understanding, hindsight is 2020.
Mm.
So now that I can see, I feel like I'm in midlife purgatory.
Mm.
It's like because it's the same thing to do with the death and rebirth. I was kind of talking about it in my previous video. It's like the death of the old me has happened and the birth of the new me is happening. And right now, I'm in a position where I'm close to the new me and I can see what's coming. So now I can see why all of the previous stuff had to happen to make the future happen. And it's beautiful. And I thought it would be nice for you as well to weigh in on your thoughts, feelings, experience. How do you feel about the closed doors that you've had in your life?
Well, I am very happy because, like you said, when one door shut, another one open, and the ones that open are the ones that lead us to our happiness, our peace of mind, and our what do you call that word when you're successful?
Success.
Yeah, that. But that's not the word. It started with an E. Well, basically
Endeavors.
our path of excellence.
Oh,
Yeah, because when you take away certain things and people from your life, you also take away certain emotions
mm-hmm.
and certain thoughts, giving your energy to these things
Mm-hmm.
and people. So then you get more time and energy, and your brain is more relaxed to get engulfed in what you want
Mm-hmm. What
to
you
do.
need to
Yeah.
do as well.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, there's a possibility of, as far as I can see in my experience, becoming too antisocial.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to kind of keep myself in a mind frame of allowing people back into my life again.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get too engulfed in my solitude.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's healthy, life is about balance. So it's best if I stay in that mind state where I'm open to allowing, but being smarter this time about who I allow in
Mm-hmm.
my life and what I allow myself to give my energy to,
Yeah.
you know.
Being more stern with your boundaries and using your intuition more, not thinking, oh, but it might be okay. It
Hmm.
might be all right.
Yeah.
No,
God said, follow my vibe,
exactly.
not my mind, not my heart.
Like all you Caribbean parents say to your kids, Miss Spirit not tech she. Tell them Miss Spirit not tech you. and let them alone.
Basically, yeah, that's exactly it. If your spirit say no, let it be a no. If your spirit say yes, let it be a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, even though certain doors have been closed, I see how I would want to kind of reopen them. Like people, for example, to let them know why that door has been closed. Because through me explaining to them my experience and my observation as to what I think happened, it might open the doors for them to look at things in their own life or to perceive me or the situation differently as well. Because unfortunately, we don't know anything until our eyes are open to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We're only as intelligent as the knowledge we have.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times we experience things to help other people get
Mm-hmm.
through their experience of it, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've figured out your part, you have to be strong enough to face what you were separated from to help them get through their part. And even closure from me as well, or you, or whoever,
Mm-hmm.
being able to speak to that person and kind of conclude why. Because I mean, when everything first started for me, you tend to kind of, I don't want to say blame outside of yourself, but you don't see the full picture. And it's like the longer you spend out of it is the different avenues you see, the different perspectives you can see it from, the different answers you get from that perspective as well.
Yeah.
So the longer I've spent out of it is the more different perspectives I've been able to see and get to a healthier conclusion where I'm not blaming everything other than myself.
Accountability.
Yeah, which I always had accountability, but it's like it's a joint my fault.
Yeah, I didn't do it all by myself.
I had the choice, but I let it happen.
You had the choice to do what?
Like, I had the choice to make different decisions, but I allowed myself to do whatever it is I did. Fair enough, the door was open to me through other people, but I still made those choices, you know?
Okay. I would ask you to be specific about what.
It's not that deep, but it's like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But the easiest way to explain it is like, say you have friends that are doing certain things that you don't normally do,
Yeah.
but because you spend more time around them, you start picking up those habits when it's not really something that you would do yourself. Those type of things, or being around morals that don't align with yourself, but because you feel comfortable with these people, you're comfortable being around it even though you don't represent it. But the saying is true, you are represented by the friends you keep, innit?
Yeah.
Even if you're not like them, people are gonna assume you're with them because you're with them. You assume you're like them because you're with them. So as dangerous as it is, unfortunately, can't judge a book by its cover, but we always judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And we go through these things to help pull each other up. So
yeah,
once we learn enough about the experience we've gone through, and we can talk about it in a way that can help someone else, you might as well, right? At least try. If not, you can say at least you tried.
True that, true that. But you know, when it comes to personal relationships, when you want to have these closure conversations with them, it's a bit tricky because sometimes you're ready to close and they're not.
Yeah.
But then you have to wonder, well, why don't they want to close the door?
I don't need to wonder that.
So
I understand.
it depends, because sometimes it's for a good cause, sometimes it's for a wicked one.
I say that in terms of the reaction that I would get from the conversation. Is that what you mean? In case they're not receptive of the conversation.
Well, there's that, but then the question is why. It's the why they don't want to be receptive, because like I was saying, some people, they have our best interests at heart and they would be willing to accept that closed door. Some people won't want to accept the closed door. But instead of us thinking that it's because they actually want to be friends and now probably actually have respect for us and stuff like that. It could just be that they haven't finished the job that they started, which is to make us miserable, make us poor, make us, put us down in the dumps type thing. Because you have to remember, our life story isn't just a regular one. Our life story, we are surrounded by people who have taken on the role of secret agent. So that means they fight against us without a just cause. And then when you want to look at the fact that a lot of the reasons why they fight against us is because they've been told lies about us. Some of them think that they're fighting against us and it's justified because of what they believe, whatever people said. So it's good to be forgiving, but for me personally, I wouldn't try to talk to anybody like that, because at the end of the day, I don't know what they're up to. If I'm gonna talk to them, then I have to be open to be able to read them with the cards too. I'm gonna have to ask God to tell me what their true intentions and stuff are, because I don't want to be tricked or hurt anymore. Beautiful. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So I when like I said, if we were living a regular life with regular people and have regular problems, then that would be a great approach, because they're not working off of some stupid ulterior motive that don't make no sense. They'd be making sense. So when you start making sense, then they would be more willing to comply or be fair in the situation. But when the enemies that you have are based on secret agents with secret motives, and it's like they're getting paid to fuck us up, then the situation becomes less
Whoever's putting their bad vibes on, you can just leave it alone, please. Because since I started filming, I've just been messing up. As another one around it. So,
yeah.
rebuke it, Lord. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, so the people get paid to fuck with us. So because we are basically their meal ticket, they're not gonna want to just be nice to us just like that. And plus, the people who hired them, they're afraid of them, so they'd be afraid to stop doing it, because what they start doing is intimidating these people. And plus, who's gonna give up their money for us? Who's gonna give up their paycheck? There must be some special people to want to give up their paycheck to be a blessing to us rather than a curse to us.
Just because you're having a closing conversation doesn't mean they have to be around you again.
Yeah, but imagine how that conversation would go with somebody who's getting paid to mess up your life, or somebody who's been lied to.
They'll say that they understand, or they'll say that they don't understand, and then, alright, I'll see you later. Whenever.
If it's a person that's been lied to and they're treating us like crap because they believe we are a type of people that we are not, they're gonna just think that we're bullshitting if we try to have this closure conversation.
Depends what type of closure conversation you're having.
Oh, fair enough. So I guess this conversation is too wide to tackle right now. Fair enough. But if they're getting paid to mess with us, a lot of people are not gonna give up their paycheck to mess with us, because they're gonna say, I have to feed my family and pay my rent too. So boy, y'all gonna have to get it. That's what they're gonna say in their mind. But they're not gonna tell us that. But they're gonna chat a whole bunch of stuff and play fucking ring around the rosy with our brain, and that's what I don't have time for. So I prefer just stay in my corner and focus on my own success, my own healing, focus on my own business. And if God want to change the dynamics between me and any of them, then God will have to do that. And God will have to let me know exactly what I'm getting into as well. Like, can I actually open up myself to these people or not?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad that I now know how to read tarot and oracle cards and stuff like that. I got direct communication with the Most High, the one with all the answers. So Nobody can hide from me unless God want to hide them. So I give God thanks for that. So yeah, this is not for entertainment purposes only. Yeah. So, anything else?
I don't know. I would usually pause it at this point and think and then see if there's anything else I want to say.
You have to pause it because we're cute.
It's just more for us to crop out. So
No,
pause it.
we can
Please.
put it up just like.
It's my video, my channel. Thank you.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Is there anything else you want to say, Lord? How about that?
Yeah.
For either one of us.
I heard good night.
For you, not for me.
Well, I heard good night, so it's good night for me. Oh, good morning.
Yeah. I think the main thing to take away from this is you never know what is around the corner in your life. And that's the main message behind where I was coming from. Because things might happen for a good outcome, for a bad outcome, but you never know what's going to come. So take it on the chin, hope for the best, learn what you have to, as I always say, and go with the flow.
Yeah.
Because that's all you can do, right?
Yeah.
And life isn't always bad.
Yeah.
Each one teach one.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you know, when you follow the vibe, because sometimes something bad might happen and you're thinking, oh, I have bad karma or I'm cursed. But then when you see what comes behind that bad thing, it's like, oh, maybe I'm not cursed. Like, this is where you were taking me, Lord. I like this.
See, but some people forget to look back at. So they'll be going through something hard and complain. And then they'll go through something good and be like, oh, wow, yay, I'm enjoying. And not realize that this is a direct correlation to the bad thing that happened.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's so irritating to watch these people, like, pay attention to your life now.
Yeah.
Like, just stop living day to day blind. Actually pay attention to what's going on around you, and you learn something, you understand more, you be so much more at peace. Complaining all the time, being miserable.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It only encourages more misery and more negativity because we choose to allow ourselves to get in that negative mindset. So what we're actually supposed to do is stay in a positive mindset no matter the circumstance. And if your heart is in the right place, if the work that you're putting out is up to par when it comes to God's law, then you can always expect good things even behind the bad ones. Because sometimes God have to pull you back in order to launch you forward. Or sometimes you have to step down in order to be pushed up with more what's the word I'm looking for?
Velocity.
Jeez. Yeah. That's it.
Because we have the power to create our reality, but we don't realize it.
Nobody teaches us this.
Nobody teaches us that. I agree. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
The power of the tongue.
And thought.
Power of thought.
Perception. And perspective. If you don't know what those words mean, get a dictionary. One real one. Not Google.
The way that you talk to yourself shapes the way that you view yourself and you view other people. The way that you talk out loud on your life is what manifests in your life. So even if you're in a bad situation now, you gotta speak positivity over it.
Yeah.
It's like some people in some cultures, even if they have a cold, they'll be like, I am so healthy, or I'm getting over a cold. You don't say I'm sick, you say I'm getting over whatever it is. You're not broke, you're getting rich. You're not stressed, you're learning how to be calm.
Interesting perspective.
When you ask God for things, he gives you lessons to teach you that skill for whatever it is you're wanting. You want patience, God is gonna give you long queues.
Isn't it? Because I was watching that movie with, who was it? Jim Carrey, I think. Oh no, it wasn't Jim Carrey. It was one of them other ones where that person was playing God. Yeah,
Evan Almighty.
that's the one, Evan Almighty. And
Banger.
he was talking to the lady in the cafe, and he was saying to her like, oh no, it was Morgan Freeman was playing the God
God,
role. Yeah. So Morgan Freeman was saying like, when you want love, does God send you love, or does God send you someone who you need to love? Kind of. He said it better. I suggest that you check it out. Get this speech. Just Google that. It's Evan Almighty. If you can find the whole movie, that'll be even better. But yeah, that little speech that Morgan Freeman made is stuck in my mind, and it made so much sense. But this is the reason why we miss when God is talking to us and when God is interacting with us, is because we don't know how to perceive these things. Because okay, I would pray for somebody to love, and then God would send me somebody who is so kind of broken and yeah, depressed and stuff like that, and it's like,
God, why you keep giving me all these broken people, bro?
yeah, but it's like you asked for love, so how do you get love?
You gotta work for it.
You have to give love to get love.
Yeah.
So if you help this person, and if you don't know how to help this person, ask God to help you. But when you help this person, then it don't mean that you're gonna be together forever or whatever, but at least you will forever remain in that person's mind in a positive light. They will remember you as a pivotal person in their life to help them overcome those hard times. And you never know, you just might get yourself a nice husband or a nice wife from there.
And even if the efforts you made doesn't work, that person will always remember you as the person who loved them the most, because you showed them something that nobody else had showed them. So even though they can't give it back to you, it's imprinted on their mind for what they should be doing or what their love should look like, type of vibe.
Yeah. And you know what else too? Even if they don't give you back that love, you get it back in the future from somebody else.
10 months, 10 years,
Isn't it?
sometime.
Yep.
Time is limitless.
Yep.
You can't include that because we think that our miracles are going to come immediately.
Quick.
But no.
Yeah. Nah.
You get it in your third marriage.
Something like that. Some people are fortunate enough to get it the next day. But you never know. You just have to follow the vibe that God is doing in you, because whatever God put us through is meant to develop our character. It's not meant to break us. Okay? Being broken is a choice. Because it doesn't matter what life throws at you. Being broken is a choice, and I'm speaking from experience. Because the amount of things that I've been through, the amount of negative things that I've been through, and I'm still not broken, is because God has shown me that my reaction to what people do to me is what is really important, not what they do to me. Because you can't control how people treat you, but you can control how you choose to see the situation and how you choose to deal with the situation. And if you don't understand everything we're saying right now, as you go through life, life will teach you these things, and perhaps these words will come back to your mind at that point. And yeah, at least it won't be like something foreign to you. So at least we're giving you a little head start on how to master life and the challenges that life throws at you, you know. I thought God said to say good night.
I told you, it's my channel. My words.
Yeah, but you sparked me.
I know. I'm a trigger.
Yeah. But yeah, we're all trying to understand life. We're all trying to figure out life. And we need to be gentle with ourselves even when we get it wrong, because God doesn't expect us to know everything. We're here to learn. Life is an experience where you live and then you learn. Okay? That's why it's good to be around people who have been in situations so that you can learn from their experiences. So if you find yourself in those unfortunate circumstances or fortunate circumstances, it's not completely foreign to you. You've heard of something like this before, you know what I'm saying? And then you can go through that experience, handling it in the best way that you know how, because every formula doesn't fit everybody's situation. Okay? But at least by hanging out with smart people, experienced people who are willing to share, it gives you a head start on life, you know? So I do recommend us closing the generational gaps. Value your old people who value you. Don't take them for granted, because the treasures that they have are worth more than gold. The experiences that they have, the things that they've learned that they could teach you is worth more than any money. It's worth peace of mind. Peace of mind and joy that leads to success. So it's worth more than money. Because when you're frustrated, you cannot concentrate at work. And problems are always present. So it's about learning how to be content in the midst of a challenge. Not waiting for the challenge to disappear to feel like you want to smile, or feel like you want to go dancing, or feel like you want to cook, or feel like you want to bathe, or feel like you want to eat. Because when we have problems, these are some of the things that we don't feel like doing. It's good to sing. It's good to laugh. Okay? Yeah.
That's why work is so, like, having things to do is so important. Because as much as we don't like them, sometimes they're a great distraction.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's
Say that.
when you're going through your timeline, when I'm going through my timeline, if I don't feel like laughing at the time, I save the things that I feel will make me laugh. So when I feel like I want a good laugh, I just go onto those saved posts and I get my laugh, because it actually creates
therapeutic.
Yes, it creates positive chemicals in the body, just like stress and anger and all these other negative emotions create it makes the body create chemicals that cause gray hair and balding and all these ugly things. Okay, and the less we smile, the saggier our face gets, so the uglier we look. You want to know how I look so young? It's because I practice exactly what I'm teaching you here. Find time to be happy. If you don't have nothing to smile about, just do this. I swear it works. Yeah, do that, because you're keeping the muscles active. Just like your hands go saggy, you do some kind of exercise and they make your body look nice and firm and young again. Same for your face, same for your neck, same for your chest. Keep yourself looking spanking brand new, so that when you walk past the mirror, even if your whole rest of your life is falling apart, you love what you see when you look in the mirror. Even if you can't save the ones around you that you love, at least you're good. And you know what? A lot of the times people learn more by our example rather than what we have to say to them.
Even if they don't tell you.
Even if they don't tell you.
They're thinking about you. Thinking about the things you've said, things you've done. They're like, oh, how can she? Oh, I remember she did this and oh, da 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 da. Yeah.
Happiness is contagious, just like sadness and anger and all that is contagious. So remember that.
And you don't want to be the one that's sucking the life out of the room, because I promise you, no one wants to be around you.
Yeah. Especially me.
You don't want to be around yourself, and nobody else wants to be around you.
Yep.
Sorry. Thanks.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Look at my hat. Hold on. Imagine I did this one in 2 days, mainly because I was at work. But this one I'm not taking off because no. Look at how beautiful it's.
How many hours has she been on it? She's been at it like.
Oh my god. No, I'm taking it off.
She's been at this for like, what is it now? 8 hours, Malika?
Oh my god. But it's so worth it. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'm so feminine. I look like a rose. I'll be selling them soon too.
Listen, if you haven't figured it out by now, I am the boy here. I am not a girly girl, okay? If you ever see me being a girly girl, take a picture. Because you'll not see it often.
Someone paid her to do it. It wasn't by choice. Nah. I think that's it. Oh, let's do a moon card. Why not? Because I'm at home. I can. I like... Where is it? No. There. No. It's telling me it's over there.
Here.
Ooh,
Don't
goddamn.
worry, I'll fix it.
I also do tarot, by the way, in case you didn't know. I learned from the best. God and Shanel.
Yeah, because when I read tarot, it's not by my strength or my wisdom, it's God. I ask God to come in and take over.
Sometimes at the end of the day, what I like to do is get a moon card for me and Mama. But we're going to do one for the people, and then we could do our own.
Okay.
I'll see how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So, Lord, what message do you have for the viewers of this video? What would you like to tell them? What do they need to know? I'm saying like nothing. Mind your business. Well, this is Oracle, not Tarot. I could do Tarot, but it'll take me a lot longer.
They're more complicated as well.
Yeah. It says, do not let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Somewhere there. So, don't let pride get in your way of all the things that you deserve in life. When people want to act a fool, leave it alone. You don't have to argue with everyone. Let people talk their ish and move away. It's not that deep. Just because you don't react doesn't mean that you lose. Leave people to argue by themselves.
Now look at the bottom of the deck, a new romantic cycle begins. So if you refuse to let pride get in your way, oh sorry.
It's fine, carry on.
If you refuse to let pride get in your way, you're opening up yourself to the blessings that are meant for you. And that goes back to like forgiveness. When we choose to be unforgiving, we shut ourselves out of our blessings. Because some of the times, the same people that F us over is the same people that God used to bless us. Remember, God teaches us about being forgiving. Imagine if we were to live a life of complete unforgiveness. We wouldn't be friends with anybody at all. Because so many people wrong us in so many different ways, whether they do it deliberately or they do it accidentally. We need to be forgiving. And if a person consistently deals with you wrongly and deliberately deal with you wrongly, then you know that that's a person you cut out. Because it's like, you're just here to make me miserable. And I don't have time for that. So yeah.
Big facts. So, you want to figure it? Yeah, there you go.
Communication is key. So yeah, it's a time for healing. You see that? That's basically talking about your blessing. So a new romantic cycle begins. Communication is key, and a time for healing. Don't let your past hold you back. Forgiveness at its finest. Yeah.
So it's all there. Time of healing is in the world as well, because everybody's moving mad.
And some people got their shit sorted out, or they're in the process of sorting it out, and they're not playing games about their peace.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so some people are going left, some people are going right, some people are in the middle, just making that right turn.
Yeah.
And they don't want nobody to get in their way. It's gonna be good. I feel like the people who were able to build the pyramids, they had to be of a higher vibration. They couldn't be of this kind of lowly vibration that is so prevalent in us who live on the earth right now. These people were living with nature.
They were living completely different lives. Like, it just makes me think about the Book of Enoch. They were living
Exactly.
them kind of lives.
And I feel like magic was very common.
100%.
It wasn't so hidden like it is in these times.
100%. People were more spiritual and
Yeah.
cared a lot more about the earth. They were a lot more natural.
Respecting the actual powers that be, which is
Yeah.
the God energy.
Yeah.
That's why they could do all those incredible things that
Yeah.
we marvel at today.
But now we worship celebrities who don't even look like themselves.
Oh, let's not talk about their looks.
That sell you things that they don't even use just because they get paid for it. And then feel insecure because we think that we should look like people who aren't even who they say they are. No. The sooner people become awake to the kind of life that's being projected on us, the sooner everyone will be so much happier.
Leaving it alone.
Leaving it alone. Yeah. Loving themselves the way they are and with a more peaceful, natural, easier, harmonious life.
Because look at it this way. When you're a very influential person, these earthly powers that be, these wicked powers that be, you know what they do? They tend to use a double. They'll kidnap your ass and put a double in your way. Now let's think about our personality flaws. Let me tell you something.
Is there a heater on?
No.
Damn, that's how it works.
Let me tell you something. If you ever see me and I'm acting out of character, look for all my character flaws. I have a missing tooth here, and I have one down here, and I have one down
You're
here.
telling them all what to look for.
No, I'm telling them what to look for in everybody. You see these things that are unique to us, this is how you gonna know if it's me or if it's not me, or if it's somebody else or if it's not them, if it's a double. Because they could use a double all they like, but they cannot mimic all of your flaws. See, they don't think about that. So every scar is very important to you. Every missing tooth is very important to you. You hear me? Shit. Every gray hair in every spot that it's in is very important to you. So if you're it's your identity. So if there's anybody who wants to take your place, people who know you, they need to look for these flaws. Like, is there a scar behind their right knee? You know, that's not my person. You're a fake. Who the fuck are you? I don't think Malika wanted me to swear on her channel.
Right.
But yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So Malika was talking about loving ourselves, being happy with ourselves. Perfection is nonsense. Okay? Because we're living in a world right now where it's becoming more apparent that perfection is nonsense. When you're perfect, they could easily slip somebody else in your place and nobody know.
Yeah. And it's a time old tale of you see what everybody else don't see. Like literally yesterday my client was telling me how every time she was basically telling me about my skin. And I was like, girl, I have so many blemishes and this and that and my moustache. And she was like, I don't see it. I said, I do. You are so beautiful. Don't get whatever it is she was telling me that she was going to get. Like, you don't need it. So it's the same thing. Everybody sees you flawless, but you see all of your flaws. So the things that you think are a problem probably aren't a problem to anybody else.
Who's looking at you?
If you see everyone's made beautiful in their own way, and there's somebody out there for everybody. So if somebody doesn't like you for the way you are,
Somebody else
for you.
Somebody else will.
Exactly.
If you don't love somebody else will.
Yeah.
You see how me manly? Somebody gonna love me just like this.
Period.
Yeah. Because when it's time to take charge, they know Chanel got this. They may not like my manliness all the time, but when it really counts, they're gonna love it.
Yeah. So. Is
Yeah.
that it, Lord?
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted from me? Go smell some roses.
Interesting.
Sit in the park. Ground yourself.
Okay.
Get back in touch with nature.
All right. Yeah.
That's it. Learn a new skill. Get off your phone more.
True.
Get out into the real world and see what there is out there. Because you're missing a lot.
A lot of good stuff. Like me.
TikTok ain't it. It's great, but there's more. You wouldn't have this beautiful hat like me if you were just scrolling on TikTok all day.
Or this heart. She made this heart too,
Yeah.
y'all. Look.
I tried making little hearts. I did 2 of them.
This is her first time. I don't know if this is her first one or her second one.
That looks nicer. That
See,
was probably the
it
first
looks
one.
like a heart.
Yeah, it looks good.
I'm trying to turn it.
Now imagine that
Yeah.
dangling on that. It is so cute.
She's such a Queen Elizabeth.
I know. It's adorable. Or stuck up here.
Mm.
Wow, all around.
Yeah, you can have it. It's
Gorgeous.
mine now. Thank you. Make some more if you want one.
I will.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's gonna become something that I want to put into a creative project.
You're gonna see it on a necklace in like 2 years.
What?
She's gonna find it and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about this.
My daughter made it.
Where'd I get this from?
It has
Oh,
sentimental
yeah.
value.
What you doing?
I don't know, I'm just
Okay.
exercising my hands.
All right. Well, key takeaways: love yourself, get in touch with nature, think outside the box, and not every closed door is a bad thing. Every rejection is God's protection. That's it. Rejection is God's protection. And hibbity, that's all, folks.
And your flaws are to be appreciated,
Your flaws are to be appreciated.
especially if you're an inspirational person.
Yeah.
Your flaws are to be appreciated, okay? They're not to be hated.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how we gonna know if that's the real you or not. Right now, that Kanye that we're looking at is not the real Kanye. And everybody swear it's the real Kanye. Kanye. I did a reading and God said that is not the real Kanye. Okay? So if you see somebody acting outside of their usual character, question it. Is that really you?
Question everything. Stop taking all these headlines as face value, bro. Actually think about stuff.
Alright.
That's it. Later, kings and queens.
That's all, folks.
I'm gonna start doing that every outro. Hibbity, have a good day, kings and queens. Sleep well.
Bye, guys.
Toodles.